everyone. My name is Anuja. I am from LegalEdge, and this is one more session of book talks for you. Now, CLAT 2020 is done, and we can definitely not deny the importance of reading after seeing the paper. And that is why we have been motivating you to read more and more. We have been continuing with these series of book talks where we pick up some great, insightful books that take your reading experience on a whole new level. And the book for this talk is Ikigai. Now, many of you might not be familiar with the word. It's a strange word, but I'm sure by the end of this session, this strange word will mean something special to all of you. It's a Japanese word, and as you can see, it's the Japanese secret to a long and happy life. So it's a book that I picked up a couple of years ago, or probably just a year ago, and it's a book by two Spanish authors who lived in Japan, and they went there and researched for a decade, and they came up with the concepts, the rules that they found so fascinating that they decided to share it with the world. And I think this is the kind of self-help, this is the kind of motivation that all of us need. So let's get started to find out more about it. But I thought before I tell you about the book, why don't I show you this exciting cartoon of a matchstick figure? So you see this one guy asking the another guy where he says, "Where did you find that? I have been searching for it everywhere." And the guy says, "I made it myself." And if you feel that they are talking about a cake, you're wrong, they are not. They're actually talking about the happiness that is, contained in a figure like cake. So we are all looking for happiness, but then you have to create your own happiness. And how do you do that? For that, you need to read this book. You will definitely get some definitive answers to the question. So this guy who has found it is asking the other person, "Would you like a slice?" And that is why I think this book should be treated as a cake of happiness that the authors have decided to share a slice with all of you so that you can learn what they know. Okay? So I think that's a brilliant introduction. That's quite a motivating introduction to the book. So I think before you start reading this book, all of you should ask yourself this question: are you interested in living a long, healthy, and fulfilling life? Who isn't, right? I think all of us say yes, of course. So in Japan, millions of people have ikigai. And what is that ikigai? Ikigai is that reason that makes them jump out of their bed. Not just get up every day, but you have the enthusiasm, you have the gusto to just jump out of your bed. It is so exciting, okay? Because you have found your raison d'etre, you have found your ikigai, you have found your reason for your existence, okay? So you must ask yourself, what's your reason for getting up in the morning? I'm sure you have a reason. And if you don't, then here your quest begins. So the Japanese island of Okinawa, that is where the book begins, talks about a place where a lot of centenarians live. It's amazing how they are. And there's so many centenarians, 100 and more than 100 years old, and they're all fit. They are able to take care of themselves. They are having a good, comfortable life. And why is that so? That was so intriguing to our authors that they found out their secret, and their secret was Ikigai. And could it contribute to longevity? Could it lead to a long life? That is what we are going to discover. So I thought if I have to tell you more about it, why don't I show you a Venn diagram? So as you can see, I have got various sets. So there is a set that has all the things that you love, that you absolutely love doing. Now, another set talks about what are you good at. Now, I might be good at something, but I don't really like doing it. And I might be somebody who loves something, but I'm not very skillful at that. That can surely happen, right? That is why two separate sets. Then the other one is what the world needs, what is the demand in the world, and what can I be paid for? Because everything that the world needs, they're not ready to pay you for it, right? So once again, these are different sets. Now, as you can see, you find something, you find your mission, you find your passion, you find your profession, you find your vocation if you do a combination of one of two sets out of these four. But if you can somehow look for a combination of all the four, if you can find something that you love, that you're good at, that the world needs, and also they are ready to pay you for it, that's it. Bingo, bullseye. You have found your ikigai. You have found your reason for living. And how are you going to go about that? Of course, it would require a lot of introspection. And I would say guided introspection, because once you read the book, you will get a lot of ideas from the authors. So I have tried to do you a favor by listing a few. I have mentioned here that these authors have mentioned 10 rules in the end, but then I have not written all the 10 rules. Just in case you're wondering that she has told that there are 10, but why do I only see 5? Because I want you to go ahead and find out for yourself. And you would see that these are really, really basic things. These are very small principles, but then they can have phenomenal results. They can have amazing, significant difference. They can bring significant difference to your personality. Things like staying active and don't retire. You know, we see people around, they become burnout. They work so hard, they become workaholics, and then one fine day, they just retire. And then that feeling of uselessness just takes over them. So we don't want that. You know, all these people, all these centenarians in the Japanese island of Okinawa, they don't retire. Whatever they like, they keep doing it till the very last day. And you know, all this hurry, hustle, and bustle where you read fast, you do things fast, you multitask. Here, the importance of doing things slow has been emphasized. And that is something that can add years to your life and life to your years. So, I think that's a very important concept that most of us do not understand. Now, very sane advice for your eating habits. Yes, it's very wholesome that ways. It covers all the aspects. So they talk about how you should eat only till you are 80% full. And why is that so? Why not 100%? I mean, why do I want to stay hungry? And you don't want to know the reason? You go ahead, get yourself the book. Now, surround yourself with good friends. I think that's something that we already know, the importance of good friends. And the book has gone extra mile to give us instances how the people you have known early on in your life can really help you in your old age. And, if not exactly old age, as you grow older, why do you need people whom you have known since your formative years? And yes, the importance of exercising in the sedentary lifestyle that we have and all the distractions around us that make sure that we stay in a room and never step out, the kind of detrimental impact that they are having on our lives. And I think these principles are all the more relevant in today's times because as I'm talking about it, I get to realize that we are surrounded by all these vices more than ever. And in such times, the importance of such a book is only manifold, right? So I hope seeing these 5 rows, you do want to know the next 5, and that will be your motivation to pick up the book, right? So I think I'll end you with this part where I think that your journey from a mysterious word, which is ikigai, it will take you to finding your ikigai. And believe me, it's a quest because it will go on. It's not a one-day job. But when you find that, or when you start looking for it, it's going to be magical. You'll start with the purpose of just reading the book, but then you will discover and rediscover the secrets of your happiness. And who does not want to be happy, right? If you're happy, whatever you're doing, you can do it more efficiently. So every life has a purpose. I hope you agree with me when I say that, and we need to find it. If you haven't found it yet, do not stop. Your mission here is not complete. Carry on with the search for it. That is the message of Ikigai. So this is one of the most interesting, easy, engaging books that I have read lately. And I thought that I must go ahead and tell it to you. And I must mention that in this session of book talks, in this series of book talks, I only talk about books which can be picked up at a beginner level. They are easy to read. They're quite popular books. You will not have a tough time finding these books, and they're for everyone. And I have covered different genres. So we have talked about murder mystery, we talk about motivation. Last, we talked about punctuations. So we're trying to keep it as eclectic as possible. Do let me know in the comment section below if there is a particular book that you want me to review or cover. I would be very happy to do that for you. And we would like if you can get in touch with us. So surely go ahead, do that. That's it from my side today. This is Anuja signing off. See you very soon again. Keep reading, keep improving.